If you saw this on a test, what do you think the instructions would say? Solve for. Okay. Are there any other that would be like solve for? That's
solve for F.
And like with equations, they can be equal. Like these right here, they can be equal because they have the greater than or less than equal to sign.
Okay.
These just have the greater than or less than sign. So these is like inequalities. So these can be equations and or inequalities.
Yes, so like sometimes yeah. And this is,
so on and so on. And these just have this. These just can stay inequality.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Jeannie, what do you think about these inequalities? Like, what do you think is the difference? Like, can you tell the difference between them two?
See the sign? Huh?
And will you pick up where she left off? Okay, she said, so these ones have the equal part, and they can be solved. They can be put on a number line. And she was about to go to these ones. How are they different?
Those are different. Well, first of all, these are negative.
Negative?
No. This is equal to and greater, and this is just greater.
And why is that important to know? Why do I want 7th graders to be able to look at those and say, this is different from this. These ones all go together, and these ones all go together, and they're fundamentally different. What's important?
Because they all can be placed on a number line, but...
And what's going to be different about these on the number line and these on the number line?
This is going to be...
These are like if you have an arrow pointing somewhere. Okay, like with these ones, like if you point to a certain way, the number itself can be used as a an answer.
Yeah.
So like an equation.
Yeah.
And with these ones, the number itself can't be used.
That's right. What do we call that number itself? It's on that poster. Number 1. That's right. That boundary point can be used as an answer, and here it can't. So that's really important. So I want you to describe the differences you see and tell me which ones fit and how you would tell the difference. And then I want you to pull out your equations and do the same thing with equations. You guys have a way of describing differences among equations, right? Yeah. All right. So I want you to finish talking about how these are different from each other. Finish writing, and then I want you to pull out your either inequalities or expressions and do the same thing. Okay? So I want you to get through 2 of these top-level categories. Okay? All right, you guys. Tell me what we know. You're saying these...
These ones you don't have to solve for. Them are properties like associative and community, and them you have to solve for a variable.
Okay, so if I put this one on a test, what would I be asking you to do with it? What do you think? Let's say this was on a test, but the instructions got torn off. What do you think this would say? What would I ask you to do with this equation?
Oh, solve it.
So this is a solve it type?
No, because you don't have to solve it because it already has the answer there.
So what does it mean to solve this equation?
You don't have to solve it.
So he's saying you could solve it.
You could solve it.
What do you mean by solve it? He's saying you don't have to solve it because you got an answer. Yeah. Here.
Right here, look. You gotta do minus 105, and then you gotta do
You got a minus 105 from
105. So you got a minus 105 over here, which don't make no sense.
Negative 4.
Negative 4. So what equals
divided by 2? So it'd be positive.
What's negative 4 divided by 2?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So if I plugged in negative 2, because he said divide by that 2. Once you get negative 4, divide by 2.
So
well, because it's
negative 22.
Because you started from multiplication.
Not negative 22. What's 2 times negative 2?
2 times
negative 2 is 0.
2 times negative 2?
Oh.
Ain't it like 1?
Negative 4. 105 plus negative 4.
109.
I'm at 105. I add negative 4, not positive 4.
Oh, it'd be 111.
It'd be 101.
So did you just solve this equation?
Yeah.
So is this a solve it type of equation?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a solve it. That's a solve it.
Them are solved for a variable, and these are. Them are solving for the variable.
Okay. So I want you to name these categories. You've got a solve it type, And then what did you call these ones?
Property, associative, and community.
Okay, so these are just properties. They stand for properties. So I want you to put those on your page. Okay? Get them written on your page.
All of them?
I just want you to talk about the different categories you saw. Okay, Vanessa? You good? Get the different categories on your page. Talk to each other as you're writing so you know what you're writing. Okay? You look confused.
He is confused. He is confused.
Help him get unconfused. Help them. You guys are all confused in different ways, though. Help each other get unconfused.
So is this a good explanation?
Let me see. So, Jasmine,
Yes.
did you read what she wrote?
Yeah, I said it to her.
Did you think it was a good explanation? You did? And you didn't trust her? That wasn't good enough for you?
Yeah, I said
Why'd
yeah.
you have to ask me?
Oh, no.
She said it was good.
Oh, okay.
All right. So now what I want you, so are you satisfied with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want you to, I guess you explained how you could tell. So now I want you to start with the equations.
Like, how do I do the equations?
You're going to put these ones aside. You're going to take all your equations, put them out, and say, how are these different? How are they alike?